many a one-hit wonder has discovered, getting to the top of the charts is a cakewalk in comparison to how difficult it is to stay there. The key is to keep innovating without alienating loyal fans and the suppliers to automakers as much as any pop culture creator. Miscalculate when redesigning a satisfying vehicle and, well, remember the uninspired 2012 Honda Civic? Honda wasn't about to risk alienating buyers of its top-selling CR-V crossover. With almost 4 million units sold since its 1997 introduction, it's little surprise to find that the 2017 Honda CR-V, although entirely new, comes across as more of a thorough remix than an entirely new composition. This fifth-generation CR-V, again built on a platform shared with the Civic, is slightly larger in every key dimension. The wheelbase is up to 104.7 inches from the previous model's 103.1-inch measurement. Overall length is up 1.2 inches to 180.6, width increases by 1.4 inches to 73.0, and height raises by 1.4 inches to 66.5. Front-wheel drive CR versus are 66.1 inches tall. The rear spoiler and LED daytime running lights are now standard kit, while the choice of rolling stock is 17 or 18-inch aluminum wheels, skipping the steel 16-inchers that used to serve on base models. The AWD Touring example tested here wore the 18-inch wheels shod with 235/60 Hankook Kinergy GT all-season rubber. A familiar tune. While the interior is familiar in terms of layout and ergonomics, the level of detail and quality of materials have been ratcheted up. Seats in the top-level touring version are upholstered in leather that fits, feels, and looks better than most entries in this price class, and reserved full-wood accents mingle nicely with the small amount of chromed plastic and brushed satin finishes for a contemporary vibe. Kudos to Honda for restraint here. Some other makes have succumbed to the urge to apply as many finishes as possible and ended up with the Brady Bunch living room look, circa 1973. Cargo room behind the rear seat is now 39 cubic feet, 2 more than in the previous generation. Folding the rear seats flat makes for 76 cubes of space and can be done via handy levers set into the cargo area walls. Even better, the adjustable load floor can be configured to provide a flat floor and storage beneath. Up front, the center console benefits from improved cup holders and more storage. In addition to all this interior goodness, we particularly appreciate the reintroduction of a rotary volume knob to the center stack as part of the 7.0-inch touchscreen infotainment system. Honda's infotainment touchscreens require patience, and we're pleased that operating one of the most essential functions has been dumbed down for the greater good. Equally encouraging is the effort to reduce interior noise levels. We measured 69 decibels at a steady 70 mph cruise, a 2 decibel decrease in ambient interior noise levels over a previously tested 2015 CR-V Touring AWD. Hit-making power. The most dramatic departure from the CR-V's hit-making formula can be found under the hood. A turbocharged 1.5-liter engine comes as standard issue in X, XL, and Touring trims, while the base LX carries over the previous model's naturally aspirated 2.4-liter four-cylinder. Similar to the turbo 1.5-liter found in the current Civic, the CR-V's has a slightly lower compression ratio, 10.3:1 in the CR-V versus 10.6:1 in the Civic, and higher boost pressure to generate 190 horsepower and 179 pounds-to-foot of torque. That's 5 horses more, but 2 pounds-to-foot less torque than the former 2.4-liter made, yet it's a significant 16 horsepower and 17 pounds-to-foot more than this engine produces in the Civic. Honda also updated its all-wheel drive technology with a variable system capable of distributing torque fore or aft based on acceleration, wheel spin, throttle position, and steering wheel angle. We found it seamless and virtually transparent in operation, detecting a shift in torque only during abrupt throttle inputs while cornering. Although CVTs aren't our favorite transmission type, the continuously variable automatic in use here is among the most tolerable. It simulates shifts at the appropriate time, so the rubber band sensation is mostly absent. After a brief low RPM lull as the turbo spins up, acceleration is linear and seamless, and the CVT and turbocharged four-cylinder are about as well matched as any automatic transmission and engine combo these days. Considering that the engine's maximum torque arrives at a relatively low 2,000 revolutions per minute and hangs on until 5,000 revolutions per minute, the CVT has a wide swath of grunt to work with, and what it gives up in instant response it makes up for with predictability and by largely staying invisible in operation. At full throttle, the CR-V hit 60 miles per hour in 7.6 seconds and erased the quarter mile in 16 seconds flat, clearing the drops at 89 miles per hour while far from earth-shaking. These figures shave 6/10 off the times we achieved with the aforementioned 2015 touring model with a 2.4-liter MCVT. Those times also are comparable to those of the 2016 Mazda CX-5 2.5 liters AWD, 7.7 and 16.0 seconds, and the 2016 Hyundai Tucson Eco 1.6D AWD, 7.4 and 15.9 seconds. At the quicker end of the segment are the 2017 Ford Escape 2.0 liters EcoBoost AWD, 7.1 and 15.6 seconds, and the 2017 Kia Sportage SX Turbo AWD, 6.9 and 15.4 seconds. When it comes to efficiency, though, the CR-V shames all compact SUV comers. EPA rated at 27 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon on the highway, the AWD CR-V tops its peers by margins not usually seen within highly competitive segments. That's a whopping 5 miles per gallon better in both measures than the equivalent all-wheel drive Escape, which also is powered by 1.5-liter turbo, as well as the Toyota RAV4 AWD. In our real-world highway fuel economy test, run at 75 miles per hour, we recorded 32 miles per gallon for the CR-V, just 1 mile per gallon shy of its EPA highway rating. Giving it a spin. A new, variable ratio electrically assisted power steering setup is geared for quicker response than in the previous generation CR-V. While the ratio change eases maneuvering in tight spots, we're also happy to report that directional response and turn and feel are a bit sharper. It's not exactly sporty, but combined with its good straight-line stability and a smooth ride, the new CR-V certainly makes for pleasant travel for those focused more on the destination than on the next apex. We measured 0.82 grams of grip on the skid pad, where our driver reported mild understeer. That won't impress many in a world where some cars now routinely approach or surpass the magic 1.00 gram figure, but it's a lot more grip than the 0.75 grams mustered by the last Toyota RAV4 AWD we tested, and it even tops the 0.81 grams of the 2016 Mazda CX-5, long lauded as the spunkiest handler in the compact crossover pack. Although our first drive of the 2017 CR-V in Northern California concluded without raising a single brow of interest from fellow motorists, our experience in the heartland was different. During our first quick sortie behind the wheel, we were approached by a particularly well-informed CR-V devotee who enthusiastically asked, "Where did you get that car?" "I've been checking all of the dealer inventories in a 150-mile radius." After answering the usual questions, "How do you like the turbo? What kind of mileage are you getting?" we informed him that, although a few examples were circulating in the press fleet, the 2017 CR-V wasn't officially on sale yet. It arrives at dealers this month. We predict loyalists like that fellow will be pleased with the new model and its expanded interior, comfortable trappings, increased refinement, and improved performance. We certainly were, as we put the CR-V at the top of its class in our 10 Best Trucks and SUVs awards. Now we wait to see if the rest of America is as impressed and decides to keep the CR-V at the top of the sales charts. For the second year in a row, Infiniti is making significant changes to its QX60 midsize luxury crossover SUV. Following last year's mid-cycle update that spruced up the QX60's jelly bean styling, lightly revised its interior, and improved the three-row crossover's chassis dynamics. Infiniti's massaged version of the Nissan Pathfinder enters the 2017 model year with a new 3.5-liter V6 engine under its contoured hood. Dubbed VQ35DD, the rejuvenated engine shares less than half of its parts with last year's V6. Horsepower is now rated at a stout 295, and torque rises to a healthy 270 pounds-to-foot, gains of 30 and 22. A continuously variable automatic transmission again shuffles torque to the drive wheels, which are either the front two or, as in the example tested here, all four. Although we'd prefer a traditional planetary automatic, Infiniti's CVT is a generally agreeable unit that imitates step shifts when heavy throttle is applied so as to avoid engine droning. Furthermore, a dedicated manual mode gives the driver 7 preset ratios to swap among, while a dial on the center console tunnel offers 4 driving modes: Standard, Sport, Snow, and Eco, the last of which engages Infiniti's intrusive Eco pedal on QX60s equipped with either the driver assistance package or, as installed on our test car, the deluxe technology package. The Eco pedal works by adding resistance to the throttle, thus discouraging the driver from exercising a heavy foot. We generally left the QX60 in the standard setting, although we occasionally switch to Sport for its slightly sprightlier throttle response. Sport mode also brings a tendency to rev the engine past 3,500 revolutions per minute, where there is indeed more power accompanied by noticeable coarseness. Debatable dynamics. At the track, the QX60's overhauled powertrain carried our 4,654-pound test car to 60 miles per hour in 7.1 seconds, 100 miles per hour in 18.0 seconds, and through the quarter mile in 15.5 seconds at 93 miles per hour, gains of 0.7, 2.4, and 0.5 seconds compared with a 102-pound lighter, all-wheel drive 2013 Infiniti JX35 we previously tested. The QX60 was known as the JX35 before Infiniti changed the name for 2014 as part of a Q-based rebranding scheme for its entire lineup. Passing power saw a similar improvement, with the QX60's 30 to 50 mile per hour and 50 to 70 mile per hour runs requiring just 3.8 and 4.7 seconds to complete, besting the earlier model by 0.5 and 0.2 seconds. In spite of the engine's additional grunt, EPA fuel economy remains unchanged at 19 miles per gallon city and 26 miles per gallon highway for QX60s equipped with all-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive models, however, see city fuel economy fall from 21 miles per gallon to 20 miles per gallon, while the highway rating stays unchanged at 27 miles per gallon. No matter the drive wheels, Infiniti asks that you feed the QX60 premium fuel. We average 20 miles per gallon during our time with the crossover, or 2 miles per gallon short of the QX60 AWD's EPA combined rating. Last year's suspension tweaks marginally refined the crossover's handling. Body roll is less pronounced and overall grip is improved, with the QX60 recording 0.79 grams around our skid pad, 0.03 grams better than the 2013 JX35. Even better, bringing the QX60 to a halt from 70 miles per hour required just 177 feet, 4 feet less than the old JX35. For comparison, a 397-pound lighter, all-wheel drive Acura MDX circled our skid pad at 0.82 grams but required 185 feet to stop from 70 miles per hour. Still, the QX60 continues to prioritize comfort over dynamic prowess, as the ride is marshmallow soft and steering effort is so light and overboosted that the wheel can be turned with a single finger, a boon for navigating crowded parking lots but the drag on driver confidence when navigating twisty two-lane roads or crowded freeways. Further adding to the QX60's relaxed nature is a pair of soft and supportive seats for the driver and front passenger, and a spacious 60/40 split folding second row bench that slides, reclines, and can be tilted forward for third-row access even with the child seat in place, albeit only on the 40 side. Step-in height is low, as is lift-over height for the cargo area, accessed via a standard power rear liftgate that opens to reveal 16 cubic feet of luggage space with all 7 seats in place. Meanwhile, the 50-50 split folding third row can be quickly and easily folded flat to elongate the cargo area. With 30.8 inches of rear legroom, the QX60's rearmost row is cramped but class competitive. Those seeking a roomier third row option should check out the Buick Enclave, which provides its rearmost riders with an additional 2.4 inches of legroom. You get what you pay for. Like its plebeian Nissan counterpart, the QX60 offers an experience that's marred by subpar interior materials. Crudely cut upper door panels, a hard plastic dashboard, and trim pieces plucked from the cheaper Pathfinder blemish the QX60's otherwise comfortable and sensible cabin that includes an easy-to-use, if button-heavy, infotainment system. Of course, with the starting price of $45,895 for the QX60 AWD, a front-wheel drive QX60 costs $1,800 less. This Infiniti is one of the least expensive entries in its class, undercutting the cheapest all-wheel drive Buick Enclave by $795 and the base all-wheel drive Acura MDX by $995, and the QX60 comes in at $4,055 less than the 4-cylinder Audi Q7 2.0T and $9,855 less than the 6-cylinder Q7 3.0T. That being said, our loaded QX60 AWD test car rang the register at a hefty $60,545 thanks to optional extras such as a $500 coat of majestic white paint and a quartet of packages, the $1,800 premium package, memory driver's seat, heated steering wheel, roof rails, and more, the $2,900 Premium Plus package, navigation, around view monitor, rain sensing wipers, and more, the $2,150 theater package, an 8.0-inch monitor in each front seat headrest, and the $7,300 deluxe technology package, adaptive cruise control, blind spot warning, roof ramp crossbars, 20-inch wheels, a motion-activated power liftgate, and a lot more. Nevertheless, the $46,400 Nissan Pathfinder Platinum AWD equipped with the Family Entertainment Package is just as functional and versatile as its classier Infiniti twin and happens to come with many, although not all, of the features highlighted on our QX60 AWD test vehicle. Ultimately, the QX60 sits between a rock and a hard place. Consumers who value high-quality digs can find plusher, albeit pricier, alternatives from a cadre of luxury automakers. At the same time, customers disinterested in brand prestige may be better off looking at less expensive, but similarly equipped, mainstream midsize crossover SUV alternatives.